Right. Now a little bit of fixing. Just came back. Spark unfortunately couldn't do the comms. He's stuck in traffic. So I am in the substitute. Normally I'm racing as well, but I came late and people really needed me for comms. And I am a experienced as well a commentator, so I can do them. Q2, Pand on top, 104.269. The Marcus on P2, 104.413. Still Lighty yet to do his flying lap, as well as Brandon, who is on his flying lap, 45.148 in his second sector. Let's see what he does in the third sector. We're gonna be looking at Lighty's first sector. What's it gonna be? Through turn 9 and then through turn 10, no invalidations for Brandon. What's it gonna be? It's gonna be behind Panda. It's gonna be even behind Skip, 104.655 for the winner of the Bahrain Grand Prix. Meanwhile, Lighty, first sector, we didn't really look at it, but then now in the second sector, the leader of the championship at the moment of season 3, the reigning champion as well from season 2. Second sector, what's it gonna be? It's gonna be a 44.437. That's a lot faster than Brandon's time. I think that's like 6 cents faster. So if that 6 cents are still gonna be true, she could go 104.0 through the final corner, no invalidations, and go through the finish line, and he smashes Panda's time, 103.629, 6.5 tenths faster than Panda. Lighty is absolutely cooking in Austria, unlike his teammate Jamie, who is in P13 with 116.655. I'm sorry, Jamie, but I had to do that. Ripin, I don't know how to spell his name. I never knew how to spell his name, but Roman is on his flying lap, I assume. Yes, he's on his flying lap. Currently, slowest, who has an actual time. Through the final corner, he goes reserving for Williams, and he improves his time, and he goes top 10, P8, 104.935, which is very good for Roman. I didn't see in Q1 what has happened, but what happened? The things, what happened there? They happened. Skip on his flying lap, almost 2 tenths faster on his lap already, just in the first sector. So he is as well cooking in the Alpine. Unfortunately, in the Alpine, because if he would have been in a Mercedes or Ferrari, he could have been absolutely fighting in it with Lighty. Through turn 6, we go. Second sector. He's lost a little time, and it's about, well, many tenths, 4 tenths I think behind Lighty in the second sector. Through turn 9, and then turn 10, no track invalidations, his teammate causing yellow flags unnecessarily, and he stays 4th, 104.424. He lost some time, a lot of time actually, in the second sector. I'm not saying that Sully is causing unnecessarily, I just mean that an unnecessary yellow flag by the game, just because Sully is going, well, slow on his outlap. Panda is starting in the pits, so he is already confident that his time is going to be through. I mean, 104.268, I probably couldn't even do that. I mean, Lighty even confident. I mean, that time is... Even Panda could not even do that in a Red Bull. Sully on his flying laps, starting his flying lap. Go through turn 1, abusing track limits, but that's how we are supposed to do if we want to go fast. Up the hill we go into turn 2, and then into turn 3, 2 tenths faster in the first sector alone. Niklas joins back in as Sully loses the rear on the exit of turn 3. That corner is very difficult on traction, and I think he aborts the lap. Yes, he does. Yes, he does aboard the lap. Skip as well retires in the pits. There's a goddamn fly in my room. Jamie yet again out there on track, trying to do an actual time, because at the moment he's 9 seconds behind Sorrow, the second slowest man, with a time. I mean, Niklas hasn't set a time, and Ripidinho hasn't even. Well, he has been disqualified, so you can't really include him. Jamie, we will look at his lap, of course, as there's no one else. There could be Solly, but not at the moment. Jamie, at the moment, I mean, I suppose that he's gonna be going safe. He doesn't want to go like Q3 pace. 2/10 already up on his first sector, 16.145. Solly as well in his lap. As well, starting his second flying lap on those tires. His first sector is going to be a good one. Not as good as it was in the first try, but still 13 thousandths ahead of his previous time. Jamie, can he? I mean, he is going to improve, but what's his second sector going to be? 45.3. That is almost 2/10 slower than Brandon's second sector. But of course, Jamie wants to go. Or I suppose he is gonna go, and he's going safe. Not really good turn 9, turn 10, and not as good as we saw by his teammate Lighty, but whatever. Only P7 from Jamie. 104.859. I mean, suppose those are very used softs, but still only 7th. 1.2 seconds slower than his teammate, and Solly yet again aborts his lap. So yeah. Almost 3 minutes until quali ends. We're still Niklas is yet to do a time, and then the drivers outside of the top 10 are Leon, Josh Nader. I think I can just call him Josh, and Sorrow. Now, Leon and Josh, they need to improve. Well, Leon like 3/10, Josh 4/10 about. Which, I mean, in this track, it is very hard to gain, and as well, especially in a AlphaTauri, which is actually the slowest car. But we'll see what they can do. Noise, in the meantime, starting his flying lap. There's an AlphaTauri that might be Lean. Yes, that is Lean, and as well, Niklas out on track, or one of the Williamses. But we'll see more and more drivers coming out of the pits. Noise first sector, it is 6 thousandths faster, so just that tiny bit faster, but still faster. That is still a good sign. Now going downhill into turn 4, very tricky braking as it goes, of course, downhill, so you can't really late brake there. Now to turn 5, easy flat, and then turn 6 as well, very difficult corner to get right. With the throttle, and on the exit, second sector 1/10 faster in the second sector. Now through turn 8, that is an easy flat, and now through turn 9 and turn 10. This is where here it all comes down. You can all mess it up or gain so much, and he does mess it up. Noise messes time up, and he invalidates, and that lap would have been P2 for him. Unfortunately, that would have been P2. 104.1, but unfortunately with that cut, there is no what's the word? The game isn't light on you, as I see some slipstreaming by the AlphaTauris. But Lean's still down his time, although that Josh's slipstream wasn't really great, as he almost hit actually Noise. Jamie retires in the pits. That could be a little overconfident on himself, as there are still many great drivers that are yet to do their final laps. Lean now coming through turn 6, and his second sector, is he improving? No, he's not. He's still down his time. Can he find some time in the third sector? Maybe he messed up there. I don't know, because I joined mid Q2. And now turn 9, sending it through on the limit with the limits, track limits, Does he improve? Yes, he does, but not enough to go P10 as he stays outside of top 10. And with the time, he's gonna be out. He's gonna be out. Niklas crosses the line. He goes P12, so he's out as well. Roman, he's improving. Did he find more time or did he lose? He goes P7, pushes Jamie down. Solly up on his time. Can he find more time? Yes, he can. 2/10 faster if he just keep this up, or he goes very safe, or not very safe, but safe through these two final corners. He can be through. There's some yellow flags caused by noise in the pits. Well, for whatever reason, and Solly crosses the line. He goes P5 next to his teammate. Jamie drops down to P9 now. Axel hasn't found, or he's down his time. Can he find some more time through third sector as well as Josh? Apparently, the purple sector's through there. Axel, can he go into Q3? No, yes, he can actually by 17 thousandths. Jamie is at risk of not getting in, but he's in. He is in. That must have been very sweaty, Jamie there. As it's just about making it in. Although the time is 2/10 to Leon, it was still very close. But yeah, 2 AlphaTauris out, Lean and Josh, Niklas P12, Zaro P14, and Ripidinho P15 out of Q2. And top 10 of Q3 is Lighty, Panda, Marcus, Skip, Solly, Noise, Brandon, Roman, impressive P8, and Axel P9, and Jamie P10. Although he made it, that Jamie must have been stressing out there. Is he gonna actually make it? Because if he wouldn't, then it would have been very like Checo Perez, which Nico Hülkenberg has actually got more Q3 appearances than him. Nico is in a Haas, by the way, of course. So that's not a good look. But yeah, this was Q2, and now we skipped Q1 because there was no one there to go on to commentate, or even a stream probably. I mean, there was probably another drive stream, but no one shared them, I guess. But now into Q3, the creme de la creme, the icing on a cake, the cherry on top. Well, not really a cherry on top. I mean, that cherry on top is just an add-on. Yeah, icing on the cake. Whatever you wanna else say on that, but yeah, we go into Q3. The most exciting part of qualifying, of course. Besides, if it's gonna be short quali, then it's like every single goddamn second, every minute, there is something happening, because you have to just utilize those 18 minutes to making like 4 or 3 rounds, dependent on like how do you go with the qualifying strategy. But yeah, starting in Austria. Yeah, my mistake. Brandon is leading the standings. I don't know. I just assumed that the light is ahead because I just see him all the time. I don't know. And I was in a rush. All right, go lean on me. Yeah, Brandon is leading the championship by 19 points, and Red Bull is leading Mercedes by just 2 points in the constructors. Yeah, unless Brandon crashes out. Yeah, if Brandon doesn't finish in the points or crashes out, I mean, outside of that top 10. And, Lighty. Why is Noise on the inters? Why is he on the inters? Is that even allowed? In some leagues it isn't. I never... I have no clue. Is it the same... Is it the same like ERL or some others that I'm in, that you can't use inters? Well, of course, other than when it's wet, but it's not wet. It's like clear dry, so I don't understand. But yeah, it is his decision, and the decision by the stewards is gonna be whatever it is, or if there's any need. But yeah, we're gonna ignore that. What was I gonna say? God's sake, I forgot. Noise distracting me, I guess. Everyone is gonna be on the south. Well, besides Noise, who decided to go on the inters. But yeah, first runner, Q3 runner, no, Jamie, who almost hit the wall, trying to actually go. But yeah, Jamie, first flying lap of Q3. We will go full on board with him into turn 1, braking on the hard meter board. You can cut that curb if you want, but that's just if you have balls to do that. And then up the hill into turn 2, first sector 16.091, and into turn 3, the most tricky, probably the most trickiest corner and the slowest corner of this track. Now we go onto the second back straight, downhill into turn 4, very tricky braking as well, into turn 4, and the exit is not the easiest. Now into turn 5, it is easy flat. Turn 6, braking after 15 meter, but don't go on that inside curb because you're gonna spin. Second sector 44.828, and now turn 7 as well, don't go into that inside curb. Turn 8, flat out. Turn 9, these two corners are gonna be crucial. And then turn 10, no invalidations, that's the most important. And Jamie goes through the line 104.6066, and that puts him, of course, into P1. Lighty comes through the line, and he goes P1, almost 8 tenths faster than Jamie. 103.295. Skip does a 103.882, which is 6 tenths slower. Next one is Sully, who has not had actually a good, not really the greatest laps, as he goes P4 105.064. Market goes P4 104.430, and then Roman crosses the line and he goes P6 105.098, so very close behind Solid. That's a very good thing for him. Yellow flags, that's light, I believe, but Panda exits turn 10. Where does he put his car? He goes P4 104.137, so behind Jamie, but ahead of Marcus by 3 tenths. Next one is Brandon, who has invalidated his lap. Axel still yet to, well, he's now going out. So I'm assuming he's doing only one lap in Q3. That's what I guess. Well, he's gonna be the only one who's gonna be on a flying lap. Brandon, no, that first sector is already 17.443. No, that's already 1.4 seconds slower. I mean, a 16.0 is already a good first sector. That's 17.4. No, that's already in the first sector, where you can actually only gain in the first corner. One corner, and that's it. Like that. That's all what you can gain. No, he's not on a flying lap. He might be after this lap, although no, he doesn't have enough fuel though. So Axel is gonna be the only driver who's gonna be on a flying lap. Well, he's gonna have the full coverage time, since there's no one out on track, as a matter of fact. And Axel starts his flying lap now. I guess we'll go with him as well on the onboard. Turn 1. Similar to Jamie, not he invalidates immediately. I mean already by the, I think he locked up. I saw some kind of a lock up there in the turn 1, and that of course understeers your car and throws your car just straight, and yeah, invalidates basically. Now, how much? He does have enough fuel to do a second lap, enough ERS as well. Roman out on the track, warming up his tires. Axel, if he has enough fuel, he has ERS. He probably didn't use that much of his tires, so he theoretically can do a second lap in a row, if he wants to. And he's gonna do that. Well, he has no other choice though, so he has to. He has to put some of the time. Maybe someone retires or does a not good a lap. Turn 1 invalidates. Axel hates turn 1. That's already confirmed. Axel doesn't like turn 1. That's already confirmed. Now we'll go with Roman because, well, there's no one else, really. Roman starts his flying lap. And please don't invalidate in turn 1. No, he doesn't. That was somewhat close, but he didn't. Right on the limits with the track with the white lines. First sector, 16,000s up. So a marginal gain, but still a gain. Turn 3, like I said, the most difficult and the slowest corner on this track, or one of the most difficult. Turn 4, braking on the harder meter board, and nice an apex, and not that good of an entry. Exit, not that good of an exit, a little bit sliding. Now into turn 6, exiting turn 6. He has lost a little bit of time going on that curb in turn 7, interesting. And I think he's gonna go into the pits. Yeah, he is going into the pits. So that's Roman's lap aborted. Now we have no one on the lap. We have 2 Red Bulls out there on the track, but they're still not on the lap. Jamie is behind. Can we see some slipstream stuff? I doubt though, because they're so far between each other. So I doubt. Noise. Is he on slicks? Yes, he is. If he's not on slicks, I'll kill him. Okay, he's not. Good. Good stuff. Not some retarded stuff anymore. Lighty. We're gonna see some slipstream stuff by the Red Bulls, I'm assuming. Lighty is not going full throttle. He's waiting for Jamie to help him. Very good sportsmanship by Lighty, although Jamie is just exiting turn 1. Jamie's there, and this is gonna be a very good slipstream by Lighty. Jamie's closing in, and he lets him through. That's a very good sportsmanship by Lighty. 19,000s behind Jamie, his best time. Now it's turn 4, downhill. Good, a little bit of lock up, but good overall corner. Now into turn 6, again a difficult corner to get right. Good, and he still is. He's down his time by a 10th. He lost a 10th in the second sector. Can he find that 10th in the third sector? Very wide in turn 9, right on the limit on the entry and on the exit into turn 10. Can he find some more time? Yes, he could. Almost 2 tenths gained in that second sector, and he's still third, but has bigger chances of staying in third. As Lighty, somewhat slidey exit of turn 1. That rhymes very well. Axel, first sector, 16.182. Lighty, first sector, we didn't get to see. Beautiful. There's Roman on, he's gonna be on his flying lap. I'm gonna look at his first sector. Can he improve on that first sector? Yes, he can, but 28,000. 28,000. Noise, we're gonna look with noise quickly. 16.074. Axel, can you find some more time? He hasn't found, he has not the time on the table yet, so he can't really. But a 45.209 in second sector. I didn't look at the lightest second sector yet again. And Axel through to 910. And what's it gonna be? P6, 104.799, but Lighty not improving. He's aborted his lap, a mistake on his lap, and, well, let's just say that he's gonna still stay in P1, but theoretically not. Panda has invalidated his time. Roman, can he improve? Yes, he can by 4.5 tenths, and he put his Williams P6, 104.628, but Noise immediately drops him down to P7. Noise goes P4, 104.106. Skip doesn't improve. Marcus goes P5, 104.16, 136 thousandths ahead of Panda. Brandon, what's time can he put in? 5 thousandths behind Panda. 104.142. There is still Solly. Can he find some time on his lap? 104.427. That puts him P8. And Panda hasn't invalidated his lap, so he's the only car driver who hasn't set a time or is not in the pits. Lighty on pole position yet again. And in the home country of Red Bull, probably the one of the best places that you can take, well, the best probably spots to take a pole position as a Red Bull driver. Skip, impressive P2, but he shows his skill, what he can do. Jamie, P3, Noise P4, Marcus 5th, Panda 6th, Brandon 7th, Solly 8th, Roman 9th, and Axel 10th. But I'm just so amazed by 4 drivers within half a tenth, and even more by how close P5 to P7 is. There's like 6 thousandths right there between 3 drivers. 6 thousandths. You're not gonna get this anywhere else than GPR. I mean, of course you're gonna get somewhere else, but that's not as good as entertainment, you know. Let's be real. But yeah, Lighty on pole position by a huge margin, 6 cents. Skip P2, 1 cent ahead of Jamie. Jamie 3rd, 1 cent ahead of Noise P4, Marcus P5, Panda. Well, if he wouldn't have invalidated that time, he could have spotted himself in P4, maybe P3, maybe even. But life, that's life. You don't always get things right. Brandon P7, the leading driver in the standings. Solid P8, Roman very good 9th, and Axel P10, and that's it for Q3. Now we move into the main event, the the main dish. To be fair, Q3. Okay, I'm not gonna talk about dishes and what that in that sort of scenario. I'm not gonna talk about that. But it's like the race is the main dish on the table. Is the main dish on there. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's boring. So like you know, Q3s and short qualies, they're gonna be always good. They're like desserts, but Q1 is like a starter, Q3 is like a dessert, but then Q2 the race is the main event. Well, yeah, something like that. I don't actually remember what's the formation lap on. I'm assuming that it's not, so I'll be ready. One light? Okay, there is formation lap. There is a formation lap. And Berlin, FIFA, use Yusuf 18th. What has happened to him? And Harrison, P19. They were out in Q10, Q1. Alright, let's look at what tires are everyone. Most on the mediums, but some are going for an interesting strategy. Noise and both Mercedes on the hards. The rest on the mediums. Then the rest, are they gonna go medium soft, hard mediums, whatever they want to do. That's then up to them, but they need to warm up the tires first, of course. So if they want to have a chance of fighting in the top, or for Lighty to keep pole position, for Skip to maybe take P1, for everyone else to just move up the places, as FIFA and Yusuf getting disqualified already in the formation lap. Harrison is not not in. Well, no wonder that he's P19, even though he has WR in his name. He's AI other one, so it tells us that why is he lost. There's a huge gap from... Oh, that's Williams off track. Who is that? That's Niklas? No, that's Roman. Spun in turn 6. Already first drivers line up on the grids. Oh boy, this is gonna be interesting. Turn 1 is very tight, and it can cause some chaos like 2017. And with online races, can be a little dodgy. A little, I say little. It sometimes just can be a little too dodgy. But let's see how the drivers are gonna move on. A bad camera, but I'll just go with Lighty's POV, I guess, to get the lights. And what are the lights gonna go? 1, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and lights are out. And away we go here in the Austrian Grand Prix. Skip gets a mega start off of the line. He takes P1 into turn 1. He's the new race leader for this race. But can Lighty fight back to get that P1 back? He's gonna try around the outside of turn 1, turn 3, and is he gonna get that? No. Skip, beautiful defending from him. In the meantime, Marcus and Noise fight for P4. They have different strategies, but Panda has lost P6 to Brandon. Meanwhile, at the top, Skip and Lighty. Lighty takes P1, takes it back in turn 4 on the outside. Beautiful move, but by the Swedish. And yeah, Skip has to take P2, unfortunately. Meanwhile, at the back, Yusuf off track in turn 6. And he goes down to last. Ferrari need them points, but Lighty still in P1. Skip, although he took it for a few corners, Lighty got it back. Jamie still third. Marcus is ahead of Noise. So Noise has dropped down to P5. Brandon P6. Panda P7. Axel has moved up 2 places. Soli and Ruben has lost 1. Niklas gained 1. In the meantime, Josh and Ripidino fight for P13. Bad camera, and Ripidino goes down inside into turn 3. And he makes the move done. But is Josh gonna fight that back? No, he's not gonna fight it back. The gaps are crazy at the moment. It's gonna fix in some time. Berlin and FIFA are fighting for P16 at the moment. FIFA's trying to attack him. Berlin goes a little... FIFA is really trying to get a move on as Yusuf overtakes the A of Harrison. Josh does fight back Ripidino actually into turn 9. Interesting. Ripidino, I guess, doesn't have the greatest pace at the moment. What are the tires? I think that they're the same tires, so they shouldn't... So Josh is, I guess, just a very good driver, and Ripidino, unfortunately, just not the best. Skip He does have the DRS, so he can fight Lighty. Jimmy as well has, but he's further back. Berlin gets eaten by the two drivers of FIFA and Yusuf, two Ferrari-powered cars who got the DRS. FIFA hasn't got the DRS, so can Berlin fight back? Scanning, sending it, looking for a move, but no, he backed out. He didn't want to send it in there, so he has to take on P18. In the meantime, is Jimmy gonna follow from the DRS? Noise tries to attack Marcus into turn 9, and he does it successfully, actually. I guess Marcus just doesn't want to lose any time fighting him into turn 9. I mean, that's not really the greatest thing to do. Skip closing in on Lighty with that DRS. Jamie doesn't have that DRS, unfortunately, so Lighty cannot rely on Jamie. Niklas already 3-second time penalty. Ay. Skip closing in. Very close into turn 3. Does he get a better exit of turn 3? No, he might be closing in, but he doesn't want to probably send it. In the meantime, Noise fights Marcus for 4th as Marcus takes it back. Brandon is gonna try to as well take P5, and he does it successfully into turn 5, and it's a Ferrari. Mercedes 4 and 5, so they can do strategically whatever they want. They can do what they did in Spain, basically, kind of fight, but kind of not. As well as Nick, I think something has happened to Nicholas or something. I don't know. I think Sully went ahead of Axel. Panda really close behind Noise. He needs to utilize those mediums. Oh, Noise loses the rear into turn 1. Can Panda take advantage of them on the straight? And he takes it easily up the hill into turn 2. The two Mercedes are gonna do their strategic work, the same what they did in Spain, or they can do what they did in Spain. Lighty still keeps Skip behind him, but Skip has more ERS, so he can attack easier. In the meantime, Sara and Ripidino fight for P14, and Sara takes P14. Can Ripidino fight back? He's looking for it. He's sending it into turn 6, and Sara gives a space. Ripidino didn't give that much space to Zoro, but Ripidino takes P14 back. It's all close. Well, until we go into Jamie, who is 3.4 seconds behind his Skip, but these two are on a different level. Berlin gets a 3-second time penalty. Yusuf is gonna attack Sara into turn 1. Sara doesn't fight it. He doesn't need to. The Mercedes Brandon fighting for P4 as Brandon loses spot to his teammate, but loses spot to Panda. Panda is gonna try and send on Marcus. Well, he didn't really need to send it, but still, he takes P4 on the back straight, and now Mercedes still can do the strategic work, but they have to do it smart to get both cars ahead of the Ferrari, as well as Panda has better tires, so that is well gonna be a difficult part. But as well, these four drivers need to catch up to Jamie if they want to fight for the podium. Axel and Panda got a 3-second time penalty. This track is notorious for getting penalties. It's so easy to pick up a penalty here, so it's not a surprise. As Noise spins in turn 1, and he's down the order, down P14. Does he have any damage? I don't see, but he has lost it in turn 1. I don't see any damage, but there could be still some hidden damage as Sara overtakes Ripidino. Well, not really anymore as he went off track, and Ripidino of course is gonna have better straight line speed. Yusuf overtakes Josh into turn 4. And Noise lets Rapidinho through. There could be some damage for Noise. In the meantime, Marcus has already taken Panda into turn 5 or 6. But it's very close between these 4. 3. It's not 4 anymore, it's 3. Noise overtakes Rapidinho. Well, if Noise goes into the pits this lap, then he probably has some damage that he needs to fix. If he doesn't, because he doesn't, Lighty gets a crucial 3-second time penalty. Crucial 3-second time penalty for Lighty, because Skip could just not get a penalty and almost win this race, but Skip doesn't have the DRS, so it's easier for Lighty. Panda overtakes Marcus into turn 2. But now, Marcus can re-overtake him, but he doesn't get the cleanest of exits off of turn 3. And he stays 5th. On this track, it's mostly as well a DRS trains, what we see behind Axel, for example. Some people that are just faster cannot get through some other drivers because it's just so incredibly close. Skip gets as well a 3-second time penalty. Some people are overcooking it here, but Lighty is definitely cooking. Well, he overcooked 3 times, but a little bit. But already a 2-second gap to Skip, so it shows his incredible race pace and just overall pace. His overall pace, yeah, just his overall pace. So overtakes Rapidinho. These have been fighting for a couple laps. Now back to this. Panda has got the DRS on Jamie. Roman overtakes Axel. Axel is getting overtaken by almost 3 drivers. I'm sorry. Into turn 2 and 3. Actually 2. Can he hold on to Leon? They're still side by side. There's contact between them. Can Yusuf get himself as well in? He doesn't want to. Axel and Leon go side by side into turn 4. Leon pushed off of track, and Yusuf takes full advantage of it to get P10 into the points. And from bad qualifying, meantime, Josh overtakes Niklas to go P13. But Roman gets a good P8, while Axel is going to have to fight an aggressive Yusuf, who of course wants to get ahead as quickly as possible to the highest of points paying positions, as his qualifying was terrible. Only P18 if I am correct. Yes, P18. So that's not very good, as Axel doesn't get the greatest of turn 1s. Can he still? No, Yusuf gets him done easily, as Panda overtakes Jamie for P3 in turn 3. But Jamie still is gonna have the DRS. The 2 Mercedes seems to have just watched what the Norwegian does. I mean, their second stint is gonna be better than this one, of course, because of the tire advantage. Yusuf overtakes Roman into turn 4. Soli spins it on the exit of turn 6. A very weird place to spin, I must say. But he loses many places. He was in P7. Now he is plus that. So P14 as Marcus disconnects from the lobby. That's a down for Marcus and for Brandon, because Brandon is not gonna have the DRS now. But as well, Marcus is gonna lose so much time because of this. This is gonna be crucial for them. I mean, Brandon is gonna have the DRS now, hopefully for him. No, he doesn't. He still doesn't. But after, if the gap now stays like this, is gonna be Berlin into the pits. The first one to go into the pits actually for New Hearts. So that's an interesting strategy. 25 laps. Skip disconnects as well. Ooh la la! Ooh la la! So Panda can actually fight for P2 if Skip doesn't join in time. Ooh, this could get spicy in here. This could get spicy. Sector 2, that's Rapidinho spinning on the exit of turn 4 and 5. Noise already trying to make some moves as he moves up to P12, overtaking Niklas. Well, he now gives the position back as he went off track. Alright, that was just a little bit awkward between them, I must say. But it is what it is. Noise, I don't think he's gonna try and overtake it here. Soroka gets a 3-second time penalty in the meantime. Up top, it's still very close. Axel trying to re-overtake Roman into turn 2 and 3, and he does it successfully. Noise overtakes Niklas in the meantime. But now Roman is gonna have the DRS, but Roman is too far back. Yusuf overtakes the ghost of Marcus. So Marcus already loses his first place, well, second place to be fair, because of the disconnection. Rapidinho as well got disconnected. Niklas getting another 3-second time penalty, I think. These time penalties are going to be very crucial. Those who don't get any penalties, they'll be golden. Golden like actual gold. As Skip still hasn't joined back in. Ooh, that turn 1 by Panda wasn't... It was actually terrible. But he's gonna get the DRS on Skip. Skip still hasn't joined back in. This is good for Lighty, but it's well good for Panda, and basically good for everyone behind. Well, besides Skip and Alpine. Panda easily overtakes Skip. And Jamie is gonna easily face through him, as well as Brandon. Roman trying to see a move on Axel, but it's just sometimes very tricky to overtake in here with all the DRS zones and everything. Sully and Niklas, they fight for P13. Sully still no penalties, which is a very good thing. Noise gets a 3-second time penalty. Sully's gonna try and overtake Niklas, maybe even into turn 1 if he really wants to. In the meantime, there are so many packs of racing. I can't watch all of them. There's Panda, Jamie, Brandon. There's then between Axel, Roman, Lean, and and now Marcus as well, as he's joined back in. And Marcus joins in P10. FIFA and P getting a 3-second time penalty. Axel might be getting overtaken by Rowan into turn 3. Not yet. Skip now joins back in. He's in P5. A little bit of notchy by Axel, but Roman, with the help of the DRS, he should be getting that P7 very nicely, as Marcus might be getting himself included as well. I think there was a contact between Marcus and Roman. Roman still fighting for P7 with Axel. Axel on the inside. He defends his position well enough to keep it, but it's gonna be all interesting in here between these four. Marcus sends it on Lean into turn 9. That's not what you see every day. That's a very ballsy move, what I would say. What I say. Now Marcus, when is he gonna try to overtake Roman? Oh, he almost went into the back of Roman. In the meantime, Brandon overtakes Jamie into turn 2 and 3. Is he gonna try and overtake Panda? That could be a possibility. ERS is getting used by Brandon around the outside. Panda doesn't fight it, so Brandon is in P2 and with no penalties. That is going to be very crucial in this race. In the meantime, Marcus actually lost a place to Leon, so it is not going all to plan for Marcus. And as well, Noise joins in as well. So he's not clear from behind. He needs to move on. He needs to get a move on, and pretty quick. Otherwise, Noise is just gonna sweep them, not by becoming a terrorist or whatever, but just by overtaking them, while Marcus is still stuck in here. Yeah. Roman leading this pack. Axel not having clearly the greatest of paces in this race. Marcus sends it on Lean into turn 1. Lean off track, getting a 3-second time penalty. That could be getting removed. And here Noise tries to move to almost 3 wide into turn 3. Lean defends his drops down to P10. And can he get his P9 back? No, he won't. With little contact by Lean into Marcus. But at the moment, nothing too serious in the midfield. There's been no actual like spins caused by like someone else than just by themselves. We've seen spins by Noise and Solly, and that's I think it. But then other than that, we have had no retirements whatsoever. So 17 laps. And it's all been clean. Marcus tries to take Axel into turn 9. Maybe even Roman into turn 1. As he pushes Roman off track into turn 1. Well, he sent it a little bit there, so it was expected. Roman is going to have no DRS for it. But he has a load of DRS. I see 3 wide into turn 1. And Roman spins into turn 3. Caused by the contacts. What happened there? I mean, I'm surprised that only that Roman got spun and not like Marcus and Axel being in a claw. But Axel, can he get a P7 to him? Marcus being very aggressive on this, trying to really get out of this DRS train and all of this chaos that is happening. Marcus gets a P7, but still Axel and Lean are fighting for P8 and 9. And Axel stays in P8, but Roman must be furious what is happening there. Meantime, both Ferraris coming into the pits for their pit stops. A double stack by the red Scuderias, by the red horses, I guess that sounds so American. That just sounds so American. I don't know. It just sounds it. FIFA as well goes into the pits, but speeds in the pit lane. Panda rejoins in P9 and Yusuf in P11. Interesting. Team Mark is now up to P5, of course, by the pits. Noise moves up to P7. Lean again getting a 3-second time penalty. I think he can actually remove as well that one. He has got 2 warnings that he can remove. Brandon into the pits, as well as Jamie, as well as Skip. He's jumped back in as well. A lot earlier. Lighty is trying to do, I think what he tries to do. Tries to do a Grand Slam, which he can because he took that P1 back from Skip on lap 1. So he can get it back. Marcus now up to P2, but of course with Marcus, Axel and Noise not doing their pit stops yet. So technically still Panda and P2 getting a very good undercut, but Brandon is going to be rapid on those mediums. He's going to be hungry and he's going to try and overtake Panda. I mean, he doesn't even need to now because Panda has got a 3-second time penalty. Noise closes it in on Axel into turn 4, side by side between them. Axel still holds on around the outside, but Noise takes P3. In the meantime, our race leader goes into the pits and he is gonna be rejoining as a leader. Panda overtakes Axel as Axel goes into the pits. Brandon's gonna be held up. No, he's not gonna be held up by Axel. Panda can be held up by Noise, and I think he's gonna be held up a little bit. Axel gets at the 5-second time, but he's speeding the pit lane. Marcus as well went into the pit, so only Noise stayed out as Panda makes a very weird mistake as he just went straight into turn 1, and now Brandon is all of a sudden behind him, very close behind him. That goes beautifully for Brandon. Oh, my throat is hurting by all this commentating a little bit. But anyways, Brandon, he's setting it into turn 4. Contact between the two. Contact between the two. No real any issues between the two. It was just small contact. And Brandon goes through into turn 3. And Panda a little bit turned in, I must say, but it is what it is. Nicholas and Josh fight for P8 and 9. Through turn 6, do they collide? Josh still in there, but backs out of it. Nicholas up to P8. Or defense is P8, whatever. And Brandon as well overtakes Noise. Noise is really in this fight, trying to disturb this party. Brandon is gonna have no DRS anymore. Noise can, but he's not gonna try and fight Panda. Panda and Brandon, they're in their different races. As Josh gets attacked by Sully. Sully still uses ERS. Marcus as well trying to get himself in there. 3 wide into turn 3. Not anymore, only 2 wide. Marcus as well learned his lesson, I guess. A little bit. Who was at fault? We'll see by the switch. But Roman is, like I said again, he's gonna be fuming. Josh sending it on Nicholas into turn 4, and they still fight for P8. Again, the same scenario. Nicholas on the inside of turn 6, and he's ahead. Panda gets another 3-second timer, so that's 6 seconds for him. Axel 3-second time penalty again. It's so much chaos. Marcus is really trying to get himself ahead of Josh, and he overtook him in turn 9 and 10. Very well. But that's not really spots where you normally overtake. And now Noise is gonna be exiting into the worst spot on this track, I think. This train. Marcus overtakes Nicholas, so up to P7. Now we can actually try and overtake someone. As there are yellow flags for Berlin, who spins on the exit of turn 10. For some reason in turn 6 and 7. But Berlin spins on the exit of turn 8. I see no damage, and he's continued on. In the meantime, yeah, Marcus has kept his P7. And now he's gonna try and fly away and not be in this fight. In the meantime, but in the other end, Noise is in with this fight. Unfortunately for him, as well, 2 drivers are going side by side into turn 9. Jamie gets a 3-second time penalty, and Noise is gonna overtake Sully immediately on the exit of turn 10. Is he gonna try and overtake Axel into turn 1? No, that would be a very awkward place to overtake, and that is. Axel and Noise are trying to go some sort of a teamwork system, I guess. Axel is not gonna really fight him as he sends it into turn 3, side by side still. But Noise is gonna have that DRS, and he moves up to P11. I guess Axel is trying to indicate that he's not gonna fight this. The 2 AlphaTauris, P9 and 10, which is very good for them. And Josh as well with no penalties, which is golden for him. Those guys who have no penalties: Brandon, Marcus, Josh, Sully and Roman, they have no penalties. I mean, it depends, Marcus, with that incident with Roman and was it Sully? Or Axel, I don't know. But he could be. But I'm not saying that he's gonna get. Because they just all turned in on themselves, I don't know, I guess. Whatever happened, but he could. Oh, Leon is getting a little bit impatient there as he's actually pushing Nicholas and almost spun him. As Josh just goes through like that. Noise as well tries to go in there as well. There was 4 wide and now 3 wide into turn 3. Noise all of a sudden just appears out of nowhere and says, here we go. And I take these spots. Easy done. And he's up to P8. I mean, he just activated rocket ship. Whoa, what is happening with Nicholas? He's just all of a sudden losing it and going straight into Leon. There could be some damage. Burning retires in a bit. Okay, so no real retirement. There's gonna be no safety car. But what's happened with Nicholas there? He just all of a sudden just lost it on the straight. That was very weird for him. Destroyed some braking boards, but other than that, I mean, there's of course a little sense on Lean, but that was uncontrollable, so that's understandable. Noise gets a fastest lap. Yeah, but that overtake by Noise, even though it was on the straight, it was very nice. Ooh, that's AI from Berlin, who didn't really go nicely there. Zaro leaves the session. The two teammates from AlphaTauri, what they are gonna do. Josh is on 10 lap old hearts, while Lean is on 6 lap old hearts, and Lean easily overtakes his teammates up to P9. Axel does the same on Niklas, and he moves up to P11 on younger hearts. So that's crucial as well. So he can catch up to the AlphaTauri boys quicker, and as well because he has a faster car as well, but as well better tires than Josh. One lap difference is not gonna make it much, as Marcus gets a 3-second time penalty. Panda overtakes Brandon into turn 2 and 3. I didn't look at these guys for a while. I was just so focused on those up ahead. But still, Panda has that 6-second time penalty. Sully left as well the session. I didn't see that. But yeah, in the meantime, in the midfield, these two of Axel and Josh, they fight for P10, and Axel goes up to P10. Josh still no penalties, so you can easily just take Axel's 11 seconds. Ooh, that's rough. 11 seconds, and I doubt that he's gonna get that 5-second off, and basically any of those 3 seconds, two of those 3 seconds. So, ooh, he's gonna drop massively. He's gonna be way out of the top 10. In the meantime, Brandon and Panda still fight for P2, and for Brandon at this point is just to sort of keep Panda in there, keeping him at bay so that he's not gonna run away. And this is playing horribly for Panda because he needs. Oh, he has 9 seconds. Well, that's not really great. He's gonna drop down behind his teammate Yusuf at the moment. Actually, close to Yusuf. Axel has already taken Lean into turn 3 for P9, but Lean is gonna try and re-overtake into turn 4 on the inside. He's gonna send it. Does he give him? Oh, there was a little contact. Lean does lose the rear, but manages to save it. That could go to the race control or the FIA a little bit, or I don't know. That could have been just labeled as hard racing. But if Lean is gonna report that, then he's gonna report that, whatever he does. Panda and Berlin was in there still. I thought that he left. It has calmed down a little bit. It was like for 27 laps, 26 laps, full of action. Now it has calmed down a little bit. The gaps have grown, and as well, Jarvis just cannot overtake some. And Jamie is close to skip. At the moment, he's gonna be getting P4 as it stands. Skip is gonna get P3. Lean and Axel still fight for P10. Why is this not getting off? Axel drops down to P10, which is, of course, not ideal for time, as Sully spins on the exit of turn 3 and damages his front wing, which puts us a very decent qualifying into a bad race. into a even worse race, as as you can see, damage. And if he pits now, he's gonna be behind Zaro, who's not in the race, FIFA, who's not in the race, Ripidinho, who's not in the he's not in the race, and Harrison, who hasn't been in the race at all. Roman overtakes Josh. Roman, no penalties, and he, I don't know, could get actually P9, but it depends if Josh is gonna fight him, as he tries to fight him into turn 3. Ooh, Roman kind of turns in. I mean, from that angle, he turned in a little bit. Josh is gonna try and fight that back. Of course, Sully into the pits for Sauce, but Josh sends it into turn 4 on the inside of Roman. Now into turn 5, they go side by side, and then into turn 6, they go still side by side. Still side by side into turn 7. Roman, ooh, good switchback by Josh. What a beautiful switchback by Josh into turn 7 and 8. Roman was trying to stop him, but Josh just says no. I go through, I find space, and he takes P11. This is of course not great for them in terms of the battles or to get good results. I mean, for Josh, he's already outside of the top 10. He's going to be in the top 10 probably. Nicholas, again, a 3-second time penalty. Axel has 11 seconds. He's fighting with Leon. So, technically, Leon could get some points. A point. Although he has 6 seconds, so I doubt. And Roman and Josh, they have none. Roman and Josh, they're still side by side. Roman had a rough exit. Still going side by side into turn 4, as well as Leon and Axel. There's 2 fights in it at one time. I can't. Axel gets the move done. Leon doesn't fight it anymore. The same here. The same here. Now, we just wait. Exiting just these 2-3 corners. Turn 9 and then turn 10. Leon is very close behind Axel. The same with you can say with Roman, but they're not gonna. Either of them are gonna fight it into turn 1. Axel gets a horrible turn 1, and Leon is gonna take full advantage of it. Noise and Marcus, they as well fight for P7 and 8, but Marcus got a horrible exit off turn 3, and Marcus moves up to P7. Roman moves up to P11 in the meantime. Can Axel fight back for that P9? No, because Lena has somehow got to DRS. But George, he's gonna fight back Roman into turn 4. Panda gets another 3-second time penalty. 12 seconds for Panda. Absolute horrible race in terms of penalties. Absolute horrible. 12 seconds. He's gonna be dropping behind his teammates even. He could have been ahead of his own teammate, but now he's gonna be even behind. I mean, Skip and Panda, they just need to fight between themselves, and Panda just needs to calm down and not get any more penalties. Actually, Lydie still leading this race. Where's the fast lap? I think Noise still has a fast lap. Yeah, Lydie was extremely close of getting a fast lap, but Noise with those meters and as well what he overtake there on those 3 cars, that was incredible. Josh and Roman, they again fight, and as well Axel and Leon. Leon loses a place. Both Alpha Toys lost a spot, and now Leon is gonna fight back. Axel into turn 4, he sends it on. A little contact in there, but Leon gets that P9. It's not the same with Josh and Roman. I think Roman got that DRS from the lapped car of Harrison, so he got a slight buffer, so Josh couldn't overtake him, or at least have a chance to overtake him. So Roman now has free air to run away a little bit from Josh. And how much DRS does he have? Not that much. Neither does Josh, but they still have some usable amounts. Marks and its Noise, they again fight for P7. There are 3 fights in almost 3 separate time or the same time. Noise now again fights back and re-overtakes Marcus into turn 4 and gets that P7 to himself. Both of them have 3 seconds, so they're actually fighting for positions. Axel and Lean, they fight again for P7, even though Axel had that DRS. Lean again dives down inside into turn 4, and now even more as Axel was pushed off by Lean. That could actually be looked at by the race control a little bit, as that was a little too dirty now. But I'm not gonna judge, and I'm just here in GPR. One of commentator you can say as Sparkle couldn't get in. Marcus and Noise again they fight into turn 3. Marcus is gonna have the DRS and a better exit. No, Noise gets a better exit, but Marcus has a DRS and uses ERS as well on the to the right, to the inside. Noise tries to late brake, touching a little bit there, but Marcus gets the move done, and he is now up to P7. Lighty has started the penultimate lap of this. Let me just look at the thing. Okay, it is nothing about my mic not working. Okay, I was getting a little bit worried there for half a race. But yeah, nothing else happening. These two fights are still the same. Nothing has changed. Yeah, between these two has nothing changed. Panda still with those 12 seconds. Roman gets a 3-second time penalty. That's very good for Josh. That's terrible for Roman, as Niklas goes into the pits for trying to get the fastest lap. In the meantime, Noise and Marcus, they still fight. Neither of them... Oh, okay, now Noise has a DRS. Lighty starts final lap of the race. Oh, look at these two fights. Axel and Lean. I don't think Axel is gonna get a good run. He's closing in. No, he's closing in. He's gonna dive down into turn 4. Massive dive, like Daniel Ricciardo, like Honey Badger. They make contact, and Axel into the wall. Damaged front wing completely off, and Lean probably as well damaged. Yes, that is damage for him. Late race drama in here in Austria between the two drivers. Lean and Axel, who fought the entire race, almost the entire half race, and Axel retires on track due to rage. I mean, I can't really blame him. Lean, he's gonna try and fight for that P7. Noise and Marcus still fight for P7, but we'll go to the race leader of this race. Horrible engine sounds. Lighty did everything he could. Probably not getting the fastest lap, but he crosses the line to win the Austrian Grand Prix here in Red Bull's home race, here in their home ground. Just a flawless race, and not, well, without the fast lap of course, but everything that he could do. Brandon P2, Panda is gonna be, well, Skip is gonna be 3rd, Jamie is gonna be probably 4th, and Yusuf is gonna be 6th. Yes, he's gonna be 6th, so Panda P5. Noise, beautiful P7 for him after what happened. Marcus as well, P8. Josh is gonna get a P9. And Roman should get a P10. If nothing happens in his final corner. Josh gets 2 points for AlphaTauri. Roman P10, Lean P11, and that's it? Only 11 actual people finish the race? Huh. Alright. But yeah, Lighty, amazing. Yusuf, driver of the day by the game. I mean, there are two nominees, at least, that come to my mind. It is Yusuf and Lighty. I mean, Lighty, flawless race, even though Skip took that lead on lap 1. into like half a lap. Lighty just overtakes him beautifully into turn 4 on the outside and never looked back. Still, Skip was trying to challenge him, but this Red Bull and Lighty combination too strong for Skip. Even the penalty couldn't do anything for him. Brandon, beautiful P2 from P7, stays in the lead of the championship, but Lighty closed it in. Skip P3, a very good race for Alpine. Well, not so good, really. I mean, what happened to Sully, that happened. Can't really blame him. Jamie P4. Panda P5. Could have been P2, P3. But all those penalties, man. All those penalties. Yusuf, beautiful P6. Amazing P6, actually, from P18. Noise P7. Marcus P8. Unfortunately, getting disconnected. And Noise as well spun in turn 1. Josh, beautiful P9 for AlphaTauri. Roman could have been better. But, I mean, you can't really blame him for that incident between, was it Marcus and whoever it was, or the other. Lean could have been points for him as well, but Axel and Lean incident in the second to final corner lap. That's happened as well. And that's going to be definitely looked at. I mean, I can't really imagine if that's not going to be getting reported. But yeah, drivers today, it has to be either Lighty or Yusuf. That has to be either Lighty or Yusuf. Because, well, Lighty, flawless race from pole to P1. Finished the race in Red Bull's hometown, home Grand Prix. But then Yusuf, a mega race from P18 to P6. In the early 10 laps, he was already in the top 10. So, and then from then on, I mean, it's very hard to get into, like, the same rhythm. Because just the caliber of the drives gets better and better, and then the cars gets better and better once you try and actually overtake them. And, yeah, either Lighty or Yusuf, but it's a difficult one, actually. Lighty did a very good job staying in P1, everything he could do. Yusuf from P18 to P6, of course in a Ferrari, but I mean that's what he can do. As well as, well, Marcus getting a little bit disconnected, but taking to his advantage. I mean, you can't really blame Yusuf for Marcus's disconnections, can you? Can't. But I mean, it's either bit between these two. It's very tight. I mean, if either of them would get drive today, I wouldn't be mad. They two both drove incredible races. I will skip P3 in Alpine. But I mean, Josh as well, P9 in the AlphaTauri. But to be fair, I'm gonna have to take. I'm gonna take Yusuf as my driver today. Next race, what sort of a race it is? Okay, this Norwegian lamppost is telling me to on a stream or something. Next race is next week. Great Britain, UK, Silverstone. A historic track, an amazing track to race on. A very difficult track to actually overtake, even though if you look at it. I hope that Sparko is gonna actually commentate next week. I just came in because Sparko couldn't, and I actually could make it in. So yeah, that was me. Substitute, I guess. Commentator for this race, and see you next week, hopefully with Sparko.